The flipped classroom model really lends itself well to the hybrid format because lecture-based in an online format can be really difficult to engage with students and difficult for students to engage the material. A lot of students have been able to grasp these new study techniques, and as they're able to adjust their strategies around the asynchronous and synchronous content, we've seen significantly higher levels of learning and application of material to prepare the students, again, for clinical practice and their clinical year. The great benefit of the asynchronous material is that it allows the student to learn at their own pace, at their own time, whether they want to have lectures late at night or early in the morning. It also allows them to listen at their own pace, whether it is listening at half speed or double speed, offers all of that flexibility for the student to do what they feel is best for their learning. Additionally, as they're able to have a second pass or maybe even a third pass, they can find, what doesn't make sense and what questions do I have to ask during the synchronous session as we apply that information. So for example, one class, we were talking about pulmonary embolism, which can have a couple of different routes of what diagnostic test you would order if you suspect that that may be the case. And if this was an assignment the students were doing on their own, they may not have been able to engage the materials well. Would have said either order this test or that test, done with it. But in the flipped classroom model, students had some good questions. And with that, we were able to discuss the nuances and how it really comes down to talking to the patient and how there is no one perfect answer all the time in medicine. It's more about that discussion with the patient. And by adapting to the student's needs, we were able to prepare them to help adapting to the patient needs. One of the great benefits the flipped classroom model gives us is that we can do a lot of formative assessments, which is to say a lot of low stakes assessments, which actually are another way for the student to learn while being assessed at the same time. And then we also ramp up to the big summative assessments to prepare the students for their big final certification exam, the PANCE. And so we can balance those and use a lot more formative assessments to prepare for the summative assessments. The flipped classroom model greatly influenced my ability to interact with the students, and that is what I enjoy most about teaching. If it was just lecture-based, I would just be dumping information on them and not knowing if they were grasping it or able to use it properly. But in the flipped classroom model, we are assessing on the go in the class, how are people engaged, how are students engaging that information and using that information and working through that higher level thinking that we need them to be able to do as future practitioners.